I mean, these are the tricks that they play, and when you're with a narcissist, you will realize your life is hell. You're constantly falling into traps. There's constantly traps being set for you. Some traps you fall into, some you don't, but they are set. And they are sitting back, legs crossed, watching. So you wanted to learn about the narcissist. Well, I did too, which is why I went online and did a whole bunch of research, because I literally thought I was going crazy. But when I found a bunch of people who experienced the exact same thing as me and had very, very similar encounters, I knew that I was not going crazy at all. In fact, my whole reality was flipped upside down. And because I had a thing for people pleasing, I stayed in a situation that wasn't healthy for me, as well as having a history of a childhood where I had a narcissistic parent. It was very familiar. And although I knew that it was toxic, it was familiar and comfortable. And so therefore I stayed way longer than I should have, which I feel like many of you guys are staying too. So I want to talk about the sabotage that narcissists like to play, the sabotage game that they like to play. Now, this game is very fun for them because not only does it give them that narcissistic supply that they so desperately have to have in order to even survive on this planet, it gives them that sense of control. So initially, when a narcissist goes into the relationship with you, they've already picked you out as a target. You've already shown them from your body language to the way that you respond to questions and their multiple tests that they hand out that you were a good candidate. And I can talk about that in another video as to, what some of these questions might be. But they know that you're a good candidate and to exploit, to use, and to extract all of the resources from. So they sought you out. They found the perfect candidate, and now it's time to initiate their chess game. So you're not even playing a game at all, right? You're playing the game of love, the game of this is a great potential partner, this is a great potential friend, a great mother, father, whatever. No, with the narcissist, they are incapable of just that, of the love. But they are capable of manipulating you, and that's exactly what they are going to do. They're going to use your desire and need for them and their love, their words of affirmation, their any love language that you do have. They are going to figure out what that is first, and they are going to milk it for everything that it's worth to benefit the narcissist. You have to remember that everything the narcissist does, they are motivated by it benefiting them. So if it's not benefiting them or serving them in any type of way, they do not want it. They're not interested in it. However, if you find out who the narcissist is and you expose them, they will do whatever they can to smear your name and to break you, because you have revealed their number one secret, which is keeping their survival going. See, this is how the narcissist survives. They have to survive off of using people because they are incapable of being creative, and they're also incapable of having their own ideas. This is why they have to steal yours. So let's get back to the sabotage. So they found their target, and now it's time to love bomb you. So you get love bombed, and you get everything that you want. And honestly, this is a fail on our part, because we have a desire to find someone that is giving us more than we can give to ourselves. And I think with more self-love and, loving yourself, doing all these things for yourself, not needing anyone to do anything for you, I think that will help move forward the greater good for people, so they don't fall into the traps of narcissism. But because we have a tendency to look for people that can, give to us more than we give to ourselves, we run into that. We fall for the love bombing. So we fall for the traps of the excessive morning texts, the flowers, the trips, the gifts, just really exhausting all the love languages, and it happens very quickly. So you don't even know this person. When you really truly think about all of this in hindsight, like, you have no idea who the stranger is. In your mind, you just think the stranger loves you that much, that you are so different from everyone else, that they love you that much, where they're going to just give you all of these things for you just because, with nothing in return, right? No. When people are giving you all of their resources, everything that they have in a short period of time, just know that you are in a game, and the game is not to benefit you at all. And this game is a vicious game, and they're not going to lose, and they do lose. Oftentimes they do lose, but you also will lose if you stay in this game, and it's not pretty. So, to their sabotaging, they've created this amazing, beautiful relationship with this perfect guy or girl that can never do any wrong. You're bragging about them, telling your friends, family, everyone about them. I've met the perfect girl, guy, friend, whatever. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. It's your time. All of these beautiful things. So now you've put this person on a pedestal. And once someone is on a pedestal, it's really hard for them to get knocked down. It's really hard for you to go back to your friends and tell your friends and family, hey, this person is actually the quite opposite of what I told you. Like, the embarrassment starts to set in. So the narcissist knows that, and they will use that embarrassment, that shame that you might have, because they don't have that shame. They don't have the level of shame that you have, because they don't have empathy. So they'll use that level of shame that you feel, and use it to their advantage. So it's all psychologically driven, and they've studied all of this inherently from, maybe they had a narcissistic parent, or they just had such a bad childhood that they had to survive in this manner. But it's pretty dangerous. And so after they do that, after they painted this beautiful picture, you tell your family and friends, 2 months, you guys are getting ready to get married, or whatever the case is, the relationship is just so amazing. But you start to notice some things that are off and wrong about the relationship, and you kind of just push it to the side because, it can't be right. This can't be right. This person is amazing. And it just really starts to confuse you. And this is when, like, the crazy making kind of starts to happen. And so the narcissist starts to, when you get really, really comfortable, that's when the narcissist is ready to take off their mask and become the true person that they really are, the devil. So the devil comes out, and he's showing his hand, and he's letting you know, hey, I'm not that person that you thought I was. You're not perfect. You're not amazing. All the times I told you were perfect, you were beautiful, you were amazing. You're none of that. Everything I complimented you on, actually, those are your worst qualities. Like, they're starting to devalue you. And you're completely shocked because you had all this, these 2 months, 3 months, 6 months time believing something that now you're realizing never existed. And so you're fighting now to get that back. Oh boy, here comes the sabotage, because they're ready to start sabotaging you. They're going to sabotage every area of your life. If they're going to take items from you, and then they're going to hide them. And so, say for example, you lost your keys, and you go to them and say, hey, I lost my keys. And they'll say, oh no, where are your keys? The whole time they stole them. They stole your keys, they have your keys, and they see you, looking for your keys. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be late to work because my keys are gone. And they're like, oh no. The whole time, something that now you're realizing never existed. And so you're fighting now to get that back. Oh boy, here comes the sabotage, because they're ready to start sabotaging you. They're going to sabotage every area of your life. If they're going to take items from you, and then they're going to hide them. And so, say for example, you lost your keys, and you go to them and say, hey, I lost my keys, and they'll say, oh no, where are your keys? The whole time they stole them. They stole your keys, they have your keys, and they see you, looking for your keys, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be late to work because my keys are gone. And they're like, oh no. The whole time they know where the keys are. You're asking them where they are. I don't know, they're misguiding you in the wrong direction. You miss work, you're late. I mean, these are the tricks that they play, and when you're with a narcissist, you will realize your life is hell. You're constantly falling into traps. There's constantly traps being set for you. Some traps you fall into, some you don't, but they are set, and they are sitting back, legs crossed, watching an amusement, and you will notice that little smirk on their face. They'll have a little bit of a smirk on their face because they're sitting back and watching the show, because their life is a piece of shit, and they know it. They know their life sucks, and so now they want, Miss Perfect Patty or Mr. Perfect Patty, whatever. They want your life to be just as bad as theirs, and it's happening, and they're the cause of it, and they are getting so excited. They're getting that narcissistic supply like no other. You're finally coming down. Your crown is being broken. Your time is over, and it's all because of me, and you have no idea. You have no idea it's because of me. And this is when the crazy making happens, and you start questioning your reality, and your world starts crumbling, and people start to see it like, hey, like you're the facade you're putting up, it's harder to hold. It's harder to hold that facade. And people are wondering, like, is everything cool? And you're like, yeah, things are perfect. This is great. Everything's wonderful. But all along, it's not. And all along, you're in the bed with the devil, and he's just sitting back waiting to destroy you. And he is destroying you. And if you don't wake up, he will destroy you. So I send this message as a warning. I send this message with love, because I too was in a very bad narcissistic relationship and situation. And I empathize with everyone out there that's going through it. And I wanted to be also a voice to just help get you guys to the other side. And if you are on the other side, I completely understand, because I went through I still am at a period of time where I'm researching and doing everything I can to discover narcissism, so I don't continue that cycle ever again, or I don't give it to a loved one or a child or anyone that's important to me. I want them all to be aware of narcissism. So all right, you guys have a great day, and